a pleasant good morning live from the Lawton Country Club, Lawton, Oklahoma, site of what we say the Lawton Athletic Foundation is having their Gridiron Classic. And after a 1-year hiatus, coming back to making a big one, 25th year anniversary. And we've got Mr. Jones here, got Gary Dees, David Stanley. Daryl, we'll start with you, and I'll tell you what a production this is. And, you couldn't ask for a better day. I mean, you talk about a little bit hot, but, it's Oklahoma. It's right end of July, August. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. But to put this, and there's a lot of work behind the scenes to get this. But now that it's launched out, how do you feel that you got this underway?
Well, it is a little bit different than what it has been in the past. We decided to kind of move away from the fillets and all the vegetables and go to hamburgers, hot dogs, bologna, Polish sausage, hot links. And it's a little bit of anxiety on how the people will accept that. But I think everybody is okay with it. We're able to save quite a bit of money in order to be able to pass that savings on to the Lawton Public Schools.
Well, that's what we want to talk about too, because I was talking with Anita Brown's kind of get the numbers crunching, and I think you raised about $77,000 like 2 years ago, and we're anywhere between the 70 and 90,000. We're not done yet. We got an afternoon session. So how many golfers did we send out this morning, roughly?
I think this morning there were somewhere around 18 this morning, I believe, teams.
Okay.
Total 33 for the day, I believe.
Okay. And then there's still time for the walk-ups in the afternoon, I guess.
Yes,
a few of those spaces there. So if you want to put together something like that. And we're going to talk to Gary Dees briefly about, you're the recipient of this. At Lawton Athletics, all three schools, we went from what was the Gridiron Classic now to just sports. So it's like, and we have people that wanted to earmark for any particular sport. But tell us the breakdown of how this truly helps Lawton Athletics.
Well, we're just so fortunate. We get great support through our administration at Lawton Public Schools, but the community comes out and supports as well. And it starts with Daryl Jones. He's the linchpin of this whole thing. He's the reason that we've been able to be successful. But it's also the community. They come out and they support us, and it's so important. There are always needs. This money is spent. It all goes back to the athletes, and it's spent on them. And so it helps each sports to buy whatever they need, whether it be a helmet or uniforms or whatever. And our coaches and athletes are so thankful to everyone for participating in this tournament.
Well, we know how funds are tight around in anybody's budget, but to have this kind of an influx, if it's close to $100,000, that should go a little bit of a way to help out, especially these athletes for this up-and-coming year.
Oh, yeah, it's going to help out tremendously. I mean, if you're talking about raising between $75,000 and $90,000, if you can give $30,000 to each school, and then those coordinators, you divide that up between the sports. So this is not just a football thing. This is an all-sports thing. So football, of course, basketball, baseball, track, all the sports can participate in this and receive funds from it. So we're just proud of that fact.
You also talked about, the administration of really overseeing athletics in a big way. And David Stanley, and we'll get to him in a minute, was talking about, the fields that have been. And if you've not, in fact, my youngest who lives in Tulsa had no idea. And you need to really kind of comb the high schools, just kind of go up there and see what has been done with the new baseball, softball, and the football field complex with artificial turf and the press boxes, for the football field, which I know is going to have JV and freshmen, maybe soccer and other sports that are going to be able to utilize for the first time in my tenure of covering this, that you're going to have a home field advantage when it comes to football. How cool and exciting is that for the kids, especially in the freshman and JV levels, to be able to say, we're going to play on our turf this year?
Yeah, it's so exciting for the athletes and the coaches. You go there and talk to them, and they're so excited to have facilities. We were kind of behind for a while on our facilities, and like I said, the administration at Lawton Public Schools did a great job, and it's kind of amazing the way they've done this in the short amount of time that they've done it, and we're still working on our facilities. But, we've made a commitment there. We made a commitment to our coaches and to our athletes, and overall it helps the whole district, and it helps the schools. So we're just very appreciative, and it's been a blessing to have what we have.
David, I'm going to hand the mic off to you. You're athletic director for Lawton High, and we got a new head football coach. I was there when they was introduced to the alumni. Very sharp individual, got a great pedigree, got a great resume, and from what I understand, some good numbers for summer. So tell us a little bit about, for the Lawton High faithful, for the Wolverines, what they're expected to see this year.
So I was talking to Lorenzo Williams, our head coach,
head coach.
the other day, and I asked him what our numbers were like this summer, and he said we're averaging 80-plus kids coming out every day. So kids are bought in. He told me the other day he's coached at a lot of places, and he's never had kids buy in this quickly. So he's pretty excited about the direction we're going to go, and I'm really excited about the new coaching staff we have. They're young, energetic, knowledgeable, and I think the kids really respect them. And I hope hopefully you'll be able to see that on the field.
Well, we did a little feature with you about the new, and you were already bragging it up again about, when you pull up to Lawton High and you see a little press box and the new stands, and what is that going to do? It's going to be a less of a bus drive down to Cameron, for the JV and freshman games. How cool will it be to be there on site?
I've talked to a lot of my friends, athletic trainers up in the city and Tulsa area, and I tell them this is the first time in 30-plus years that I'll have a home game. So essentially, when we go to Cameron, it's an away game.
Yeah, you're going to load
everything up, unload it, load it back up, and bring it back home. That part's going to be exciting, be able to have our own field house and our own field, and have some start generating some new pride at home, and like you said, have a home field advantage.
David Stanley, athletic director for Lawton High. I'm going to go back to you, Daryl Jones. We'll talk a little bit about the sponsorship you got. You got some great community people that have not only donated their time but donated their funds, and that's what makes this successful. Yes, all the people that are enjoying a scramble for a golf day, that's really cool. That's really nice. But when you have Classic Chevrolet, Bridget and Irvin Randall kind of led the way, and they've donated before to give $15,000. Community people that give back to the community, but it doesn't stop there. You got so many to thank. So why don't you tell us a little bit about who has been influential of sponsoring this again for this year?
Just about every year, Ford Roofing and Sheet Metal have donated $5,000. Buddy Green and Jeff Young. Jeff Young runs Ford Roofing and Sheet Metal for Buddy Green, and Buddy's been real open to helping the gridiron over the years, and we greatly appreciate that. We have David Madigan at our Vest Bank, $5,000 donor. David is very happy to support the young people of our community, and always have been, in other donations that he does, not only for the gridiron. Rusty Green, I can't say enough about Rusty. Actually, Rusty's daughter, Bailey, is the soccer coach at MacArthur, and his grandkids play softball at MacArthur, and he's donated $7,500, and I'm probably thinking that the soccer budget and the girls softball budget is going to be elevated a little bit due to Rusty. But he has Waterstone Custom Homes, Pat's Wash Tub, Ice House, and Car Wash. Then also he has Expressway Service Center down on Lee Boulevard. Great supporter and just a great guy. Also, we have the other one is T&G Construction. J.C. Grayson, this is his first year. J.C. is a member at the country club. Always have played in the tournament, but this year he stepped up and donated $5,000 through his construction company to be able to help support the kids in our community. So we're very thankful. Several $1,000 donors, several $100 host sponsors.
Host sponsors, yes.
And then just playing in the tournament at $500 a team is the way we get to that over $75,000, hopefully close to $100,000 this year.
Yeah.
And, football, basketball, wrestling is they're revenue-producing sports. With it being an all-sport classic, golf, cross-country, tennis, track, which are non-revenue producing sports.
Right.
This will greatly help football, and being the highest revenue producing sport in the system. pretty much has to support all those lower non-revenue producing sports. But with having this being an all-sport, a Gridiron Classic, we will be able to donate money to the cross-country golf teams that are non-revenue producing sports. So it's a great budget revenue producing tournament for just the whole Lawton public school system.
Well, and, it made fun for the golfers, too, because, there's opportunities. They can buy mulligans and there's other things. But, there is the hole-in-one. And I know you announced it. You said, would someone please get a hole-in-one? Out of the 25 years of doing this, you never had it, but it is an insured prize of $10,000. Is there 3 of those?
5 of them.
5 of those. 5 opportunities, a hole-in-one. Maybe this will be the year that lightning strikes and we give that away. How about that?
I hope so.
So you have hole-in-one, then you've also got, I guess, the winner of the tournament is going to get all-season pass to all Lawton Athletics. And, Gary, what's the price tag on that? I forgot. Anita did the run of if you had to buy an individual sports ticket for everything.
I think we said it was around $2,000.
Yeah, okay. See, so, you can go whenever you want. Hey, you want to load up? Let's go to this game. Let's go to this event. So that's the winner of that. And then I think closest to the pin, I think, is also an all-seasons pass. So.
Long drive.
Long drive? Yeah. So are you going to go out there and do a long drive for us there, Darryl?
If I can play from the ladies' tees.
Well, it's. I know it's going to be a hot afternoon, but you got the tents up. You got something for them to cool themselves down with, hamburger and a hot dog. And it was funny because we were talking about hamburger and hot dogs being in the list, and knowing Darryl the way he is, it's always added more. All of a sudden we got bologna, and we got hot links, and we got just to make sure that we're going to appease them for something. They're going to go away full.
One thing I'd like to thank the Pepsi company. Pepsi.
Sure.
They've been very generous over the years, donating Gatorade and waters and soft drinks to the Gridiron. I can't thank JoJo Dabney. He's retired now.
Yes, he's out on the golf course right now. In fact, I just asked him, and I said, how is retirement? He's loving it. And someone will ask him, I think the most challenge. I don't think it's not a question I'd ask someone who's retired. They say, do you miss work yet? And he says, no. What's your next question?
Well, also I'd like to thank Lawton Country Club for
Yes.
their very generous donation of letting us use the golf course, and that money is donated back to the Gridiron budget. Also, Kelly Walker I think he's been here 25 years with a load of ice.
Wow.
To be able to ice all the drinks down. So we have some wonderful long-term relationships with the community that are willing to donate not only their items that they make a living with, but also the people that are able to donate extra money that they would like to see go to the Lawton Public Schools.
Gary, anything in closing before we kind of wrap this broadcast up?
You mentioned Comanche Home Center?
Oh, yeah, they donated the patio set.
Yes.
And Bar S as well.
Who?
Bar S.
Well, Bar S donated the Polish sausage, hot links. Comanche Home Center, Phil Kennedy called the other day and very excited. They donated a real nice patio furniture set. Mm-hmm. Goodyear always for the last I don't know how many years has donated a set of tires. I mean a nice set of tires.
Yeah, it's nice.
So Goodyear is a good partner. Gary, am I leaving anyone out? Roadhouse, Texas Roadhouse donated a bunch of gift certificates.
Yeah.
I think that was worth around $3,000.
Someone gave teas and then also Raising Canes.
Yeah.
Teas and then
the raffle.
You get.
And I just want to please forgive me.
Oh no, there's a lot to thank. Yes.
They're the golfers themselves, but just please forgive me if I was to leave you out. And by no means it's done intentionally. We appreciate everyone in the community, and I think everyone realizes the intent and the benefit of the tournament.
Well, we want to thank you for supplying that, putting this together, the mindset of keeping it going and all the meetings that lead up to this. Because, I was part of those backside meetings to get all this planned, but you really need kudos of all the hours spent that you had to do this to get this executed. I know people can enjoy the day, but there's a lot of hard work and you're part of that.
I hope to not leave anyone out, but all of you guys here, Eric, Gary, and David, Nita Brown, Joy Goodman, our sports writer for the Constitution, Johnny Owens, the long-term board member. Am I leaving?
Well, Brett Manning, the
Brett
athletic
Manning,
directors, Eisenhower's,
Kyle
Williams.
Yeah. And so we have a wonderful board. And
yeah, the Randall, Mr.
Urban Randall,
Randall.
yes. Urban came on this year as one of the board members. So it's hard to freelance this, but hopefully we don't leave anyone out.
Well, I want you to, we're going to get back to start cooking now here in a minute, but, got hamburgers and hot dogs to do, but I wanted to be able to do this because, we're excited about sports. Sports is our middle name. We're going to start just in a couple of weeks with school starting back up. We'll have some girls softball, some volleyball, and, of course, all of football for all of our 3 Lawton schools. You can make sure you download our free app on Apple and Android devices. Free to download, it's free to watch, and then also on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. And then all streams are live on YouTube, and some of them are actually on Facebook Live, so you can connect to wherever you find yourself socially. So, Daryl Jones, appreciate you being here. Of course, Gary Dees and David Stanley as well here live at the Lawton Country Club. You can come on out. The 1 o'clock start, is it for the afternoon session? So if you're kind of thinking about it, you have a Monday opportunity to come and put together a group, $500 for your group to come and golf in the afternoon to help Lawton Athletics. And you've been watching a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.